welcome to another episode of Talking to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. How you doing? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life is improving. I hope your life is continuously improving. And when it's not, I hope you fail hard enough where things seem fucked, but then you're like, hey, I'm going to be able to figure this out. I hope that if things get fucked up, you at least have the benefit of learning from how fucked up it gets. That's all you can hope for. All you can hope for is that somebody doesn't get in a bad enough of a position where they take their lives. That's really it. That's the maximum I can hope, at least. I hope you aren't, because I can't hope that your life is going great, because I don't want your life to always be great. That's a false thing to say to somebody. And I don't actually mean that when I say it sometimes. Sometimes when I tell people, I'm like, hey, I hope you're doing great, I don't really mean that. I mean, I hope that their life is in a place that they like it. In a place that makes them happy. Or makes them feel like they're doing the right thing. That's what I mean. I don't mean I hope it's good, you know? Because sometimes your life can be very bad, but it's on its way to something good. Or your life could just be bad and it's on the way to something worse, and then in that case, I'm hoping you can get out of that. I'm hoping you have the wherewithal and the know-how to not fucking end up in such a deep ditch that you drown to death. Anyway, I'm 28. That was a dark opening. I hope you're doing good, dude. Forget what I just said. I hope you're doing great. I hope. I'm 28. I've been thinking about that lately. I'm 28 years old. And that's a weird age. That's a weird age to be. I didn't realize how weird of a number it was going to be. Because when you turn 25, you feel fine. At least I did. When I turned 25, I still very much was like, I don't even give a fuck about getting older. I really don't care at all. It's so easy in your early 20s to be like, I actually don't give a fuck about aging. And it's because every single year in your early 20s, you're still in your early 20s. You're still young as shit. It's very easy to be like, dude, I'm getting older, but it does not matter. When it literally does not matter, because in the grand scheme, you're still young as shit. Even now, to other people, they're like, shut the fuck up. I've talked about this many times. Your age is always beneficial to anyone older than you. Your age is always a blessing to anyone who knows what it's like to have wasted more years than you've wasted. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's a large portion of life, is you just not doing things you know you should have. That really is life. And you don't realize that when you're younger, because you have so many dreams and so many things that you want to do. But you realize as you get older, as time passes, that the majority of people's existences, not everybody, because some people fucking kill it, but most people live lives of wasted time. Of just never doing what you actually want to do. People having whole successful careers down a path that they only went down because they were too scared to go down the one that they were really interested in. That's a wild thing. You can meet somebody truly fucking successful in whatever field they pick. You can meet a stonk broker who fucking buys and sells stonks and kills it. And then he'll be like, yeah, but I always wanted to be an actor, but I was too afraid to try. What the fuck, dude? Huh? Well, now you got a bunch of money. What's stopping you, dude? That's why I don't get why people with a lot of money don't just go for their dreams. I guess a lot of them do. I guess a lot of people, when they're rich as fuck or they're born into wealth, they go for art. Because why not, dude? Because what else are you going to do? Try and make money? You already have it. You might as well be like, this is how I express myself. What else are you going to do? If you have money, you don't need to do something that you don't want to do. You don't need to live the life that I'm living, that most people are living, where every night you go, fuck, I'm already at work. Every night that's the feeling. Every night work ends, I go home, I eat dinner, and then when I'm done with dinner, I go, oh, fuck, I'm already there. This night is already over. I'm going to blink, and then I'm going to have to be in bed. And then I'm going to wake up, and the commute's going to not even exist. I wish the commute was 3 fucking hours. I wish, dude, so I could sit and think on a way to get out of it. But instead, I fucking get on the subway, and suddenly I teleported, and I'm at my desk, and I'm looking for a loaded gun. It's bad, dude. And that's most people's lives. Is every night going, fuck, I don't want to do that tomorrow. That's not good, dude. Do I have a solution for it? No. I mean, I have some things in my brain that might be able to get me out of it if I can commit and do enough work to fucking have it pay off. But then again, video games exist. You get lonely, you want to go on a date. There are so many fucking distractions in life that keep you stuck in the day-to-day you hate. If that makes any fucking sense. The 9 to 5 that most people live every day is a feeling of entrapment that is a distinctly human experience. Does that make any fucking... Like, it's wild. I don't know. Isn't there a better way, dude? I saw them experimenting with three-day workdays, and people were like just as productive. You are just as productive, dude. There's so much fucking dead time in the workday. But you have to be there. You have to be clocked in. I have to go into the office right now 3 out of the 5 days of the week for no reason, dude. Whenever COVID hits, you're at home the whole time working. And what everyone universally realizes is like, hey, I don't have to be at the office. I can just work from home. We can all work from home. We can all avoid the worst part of work, which is the commute, dude. I know that I said when in the morning you teleport there. Of course you do, because you don't want to be there. But at night, you fucking, it takes 2.5 hours. It takes me 30 minutes to get to work every day, and it takes me 2.5 hours to get home. Now, what's the reality there? Really, it takes a half hour to get to work and a half hour to get home, but that's not what it feels like, dude. And then you'll be stuck behind somebody walking extremely slow. I'll be in the subway walking behind 20 people who are moving so fucking slow, and I just want to be like, hey, dude, we're all going home. What are you being slow for, dude? There's only so many hours left until we got to go back to that hell again. Why are you walking slowly, dude? Why are you zigzagging so I can't get around you? Move. I like being at home, dude. That's fucking better than work. And then some people will be like, well, not everyone's at-home life is that great. That's not my fault, dude. Pick a better home life. I understand that you might hate your kids, but guess what? Kill them then. I don't know. Okay? If you hate your kids enough to drag your feet and make me 15 minutes later to getting to my apartment so I can be happy, kill your kids, dude. Kill your fucking kids. If it means that I get home on time with Chick-fil-A in my hands, you gotta shoot him in the head. I don't know what to tell you. No. Don't kill your kids. Just fucking toss them out the window, dude, and let fate decide. Is it murder if your kid falls out the window? I don't know, dude. That's just fate. That's God. That's on God, dude. Put it on God. Doesn't need to be your fault. No, I'm kidding. Of course I'm kidding. I don't want any children to die. I just want to get home. Anyway, I'm 28, dude. 28's a weird age. Because 28 is old enough where there's young people think you're old. or think you're about to be old. It's just weird. You're close enough to 30 where you're like, wow, in 2 years there's gonna be a portion of people who are just like, dude, you're an old guy. Even now, it's weird. It's weird to and you start to feel it more and more. You start to be like disconnect with people who are younger than you or like know what their life is. A lot of, for me, aging has been seeing people just live and this is not new. I'm sure every fucking single person who's ever aged has made this comment. But it's a lot of just like, oh, everything is the same always. Every experience that people have, you just didn't have yet. If you go on TikTok, which is a high school playground, TikTok is high school. It just is, dude. Twitter at this point is fucking an exclusive bullshit social club. TikTok is public high school. And YouTube is fucking for middle-aged dudes. That's what it is. Okay? YouTube is gamer central for the millennial boys. TikTok is a public high school. And Twitter is the country club full of cunts. That's what it is. And Instagram is for everybody, dude. Instagram's vacation station, bro. Everyone's just chilling. Everyone's chilling. They're lying about how they look. They're pretending they have yachts. It's fantasy land. It's fucking, it's Second Life. It's whatever. You don't look like that, You don't look like that. But, people will be like, especially TikTok, you'll see things. You'll see things like young dudes being like, yo, it's so much easier for women to get men. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I remember when I realized that. I remember when I realized that and I couldn't handle it as a kid. Thank God TikTok didn't exist for me to make an embarrassing fucking video. There's so many things you see young boys do. And maybe I'm just focused on the young men because I was a young man. But like there's so many things where I'm like, I might have done that. I was such a fucking little baby. There were so many things where I was like, fucking, ugh! I was so shitty and hateful towards ladies when I was a young man. When I was in high school, I was just so like, fuck them! I was very incel-y, dude. I'll be honest, dude. I was incel-y. I think most young boys go through an incel phase. And I don't mean incel as in like, they're just virgins, dude. You're a virgin. Everybody's a virgin. I've talked about this before. Incel and virgin are the same fucking phrase. It's just for a new generation. Incel is the new way to shit on somebody for not being able to fuck. That's it. Everything's the same. Jocks or chads. It's all the same. But yeah, 28. When you turn 20... It's interesting because I've thought about all these ages, and I'm sure I'll continue to do this. Be like, oh, that's what that age actually feels like. And every age doesn't feel the way you think it is. But 25 is the last age where you get away with being like, I don't give a fuck about aging. And then you hit 26 and you're like, oh, shit, what's up? Oh, shit, dude, what's going on? Because once you're 26, you start thinking about... I mean, you can do what some people do and they pretend they're in their mid-20s. Or they pretend they're still in their mid-20s. You're not. You're 26. You're in your late fucking 20s. It just is what it is, dude. You're in the latter half of the 20s. Okay? 25, you're in the middle. 26, you're over. All right? Put it this way, dude. How does rounding work? You know what I'm saying? How does rounding work? If you're 25... You can't round up or round down because it's right in the middle. But if you're 24, you round down to 20. If you're 26, you round up to 30. That's how rounding goes. That's how life goes. You're in your late 20s. If you're 26, stop lying to yourself. It's better to accept it now. But I turned 26 and I was like, oh shit, I'm in my late 20s. Okay. And then 27 felt very like, oh shit, I'm really in my late 20s. And then now 28, you start to be like, oh, I'm going to be 30 very soon, and what am I doing? Because human beings are natural procrastinators, right? So, you start to realize when you get to your late 20s, I did a hell of a lot of procrastinating. I procrastinated large portions of my life. And the deadline is coming up, I better start doing something. I better start writing that fucking paper, dude, because it's due. Yeah. And then I feel like 29, I don't know what it's like yet because I haven't turned it yet. I turned it in May. I don't have much left of 28. But once I'm 29, I'm assuming it's just a lot of pressure. It's a lot of like, you're going to be... I bet you most people don't even remember being 29. You probably can't even enjoy it because you're like, fuck, I'm 30. What's going on? And then does 30 feel good? Do you feel good? I think you feel really bad about being 30. This is what I'm going to guess. I mean, you'll hear about it once I turn it and I'm doing this podcast still. To fucking 10 people. If I'm 30 doing this podcast to 10 people, is that good or bad? Is that, is that sadder than it is now? I was really thinking about this. I was like, what's the worst age to do a podcast that no one listens to? Because I feel like now is. I feel like late 20s is the worst. I feel like if you're young, people are like, well, I get it. You're young. You got time. And then I feel like if you're this age, it's like, dude, why? You should have gotten someone listening by now. And then I feel like the older you get, the more it's like, he's an old guy. Who gives a fuck? You're either angry because you're like, why does this old guy have such a popular podcast? Or you're like, oh, that's fun. It's his hobby, whatever. He's got a job and a life and a family. Let him do his fucking hobby. It's fine. He needs to talk to somebody. Let him talk to the wall. I don't want to fucking listen to him. It's funny how a lot of podcasts are just people getting out all the thoughts that nobody wants to hear. Because it's it's supposed to be a medium in which people come and listen to you, but I feel like the majority of podcasts, because the majority of podcasts are not listened to by anyone, so the majority of podcasts are just a dude. I mean, it's just a dude or a lady really getting out the shit that they can't say to anybody else, and that if they said it to anybody else, they'd be like, all right, dude, can you go fucking talk to someone that's not me about this? Okay? Talk to somebody that is not me, you fucking idiot. That's how the first podcast was born. I bet you that's why the first guy did his podcast. He's like, I have so much to say. And all of his friends were like, yeah, but none of it's interesting. And he's like, fuck it, I'll prove you guys wrong. And now it's the Joe Rogan Podcast. No. Everyone's interesting to somebody, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I've listened to hours and hours and hours of podcasts, and lately I've been like, why? Because sometimes I catch myself in the middle of listening to a podcast, and I'm like, oh, this is so boring. This is boring. It's not that funny. I don't know why I'm listening to it. I'm just describing this podcast, but. And then I'm like, why do I listen to this? Is it just like to hear somebody talk? I think that is it for a lot of people. You get to have a one-sided conversation. You get to listen to somebody have a conversation, and you get to entertain it in your brain, and that way you don't have to interact with any actual real people. Also, you can pause it and play it whenever you want. There's an end to it. How many conversations have you been in where you're like, when the fuck is this going to be over? I'm like enjoying this conversation and it's pretty good, but at the same time, I want to go do something else. I got to go out. I got to buy milk. I got to fucking play Fortnite. I can't be here talking to you right now. And I'm enjoying it and I love you and you're a friend of mine, but shut the fuck up so I can do something else with my life. Yeah. I don't know. 30 is a funny age because That's the age when people, I mean, already now 28 is a little bit of it, but I feel like 30 is the age where you look at somebody who's 30 years old. When you're in your 20s, you look at somebody who's 30 and you kind of are like, you haven't done anything? Like, you gonna do something, dude? You gonna fucking do something, bro? Or what? And then the person in their 20s is like, well, when I'm 30, I'm gonna have done all this shit. I'm going to have done this, that, and the other thing. I'll do when I'm 30, it's going to be different for me. I'm going to have accomplished all of this shit. And then you don't realize the truth, which is what every 30-year-old knows and what every person over 30 knows. What I said at the beginning of this podcast, we know the truth. Everyone older than you knows the truth, and that's that no, you're not. That's that you probably aren't different. You might be. And anybody who is truly different and going to live a better, anybody who's going to have murdered it at 30, it doesn't matter what I say right now because you're going to do it regardless of what the fuck I say. But most people, you're selling yourself a lie. You will procrastinate. You will play a video game instead of writing that thing. You will, dude. It doesn't mean you can't turn it around. It doesn't mean you can't improve your life. But it's hard to express to a young person. And again, I'm old. I'm not old. I feel fucking 50 sometimes. But I'm not. I'm 28. It's not that old. But even at this age, I'm like, there's no way to explain to somebody you can lose years of your life doing nothing. It's really difficult to fucking explain to you. They don't know. No one knows. You haven't lived enough life to know how much of it you can waste. If somebody told me that when I was fucking 22, I would be like, what are you talking about, man? If I told myself, dude, you're going to blink and it's going to all be over. 5 years are going to fucking... It's going to be like the blip in Avengers, dude. You're going to be fucking Thanos into 28 years old. I'd be like, dude, who is Thanos and what is a blip? Shut the fuck up. I don't even like Marvel movies. And then I'm going to be like, dude, you're going to love No Way Home. And I'll be like, what is that? And I'll be like, every Spider-Man's in it. And I'll be like, dude, shut the fuck up. That's not going to happen. And then the blip happens, and I'm like, damn, dude, I should have made that thing. Oh, but Tobey Maguire's in this with Tom Holland? That's tight. Fuck, man. Yeah. I don't know. That's none of that stuff was what I expected to talk about. I just was thinking about it today, so I started talking about it. I almost did my podcast yesterday, but I was so fucking frustrated that I did not because I accidentally spilled a Monster all over all of my stuff, which it's not the first time that's happened. You would think that I just wouldn't drink Monster anymore because of the amount of times I've made every electronic I own sticky because I'm dumb as fuck. But no, I was so tired from the job that I love, from my 9 to 5 that I love like everybody else. We all love our 9 to 5s. They're tight as fuck. I was exhausted from expending my energy in a way that I feel useful at the 9 to 5. I was so exhausted that I was falling asleep at my desk. And when I was younger, I would fight that and I would stay awake. But now in my ripe old age, I don't fight sleep. I just go to sleep, no matter where I am. Honestly, the weirder the spot, the more I'm like, at least I'll wake up at some point. Because if I go to my bed, I'll be asleep till I wake up, until I'm at work. I'll be asleep until all of a sudden I'm at my desk. So I fell asleep at the desk being like, I fell asleep at my home desk, the one right next to me, being like, at least I'll wake up. And then I got a text, and a Monster, like a almost full Monster, was sitting in front of me open. And I thought to myself, this could spill, but I'll be fine. Because it happened to me, because recently I fell asleep at my desk and there was a monster and nothing happened. But this time I got a text from my friend, hey, want a game? And I woke up suddenly and hit the monster and it went over everything. And I immediately went from sleeping to, no, fuck. Immediately, fuck, no. Fuck. I was freaking out, dude. I immediately took my laptop, flipped it over, because that's what you're supposed to do, let the fucking shit fall out of it. And I just grabbed paper towel, started wiping everything on my desk. And there's so many electronics. There's my Focusrite, there's the laptop, there's my keyboard, there's controllers, there's 2 consoles under here. The monster's dripping down to the consoles. Literally, a monster can cost you $4,000. A spilt monster on your electronics will make you realize 2 things. 1, what the fuck am I doing drinking Monster? I'm not 13. And 2, I'm poor. When you spill a monster on a laptop and it becomes, and your life turns into a horror film in an instant, you realize, oh, I'm a thousandaire. I only make so much money because if I had to buy a new laptop, I couldn't. If I had to buy a new laptop, I might need to take a loan out, you know? Maybe I could because it is for work. It is necessary. I do need it. But thankfully it didn't break. I just got sticky keys. Which I got the warranty. I got the warranty, and the guy said, I said to him, I'm not going to get the warranty because it doesn't cover spill damage. And he goes, no, it does. And I go, really? 5 years ago it didn't. And he goes, it does now. And then he asked another guy at the store, and they both said it does. And then he showed me the text that said it does. So if I bring this sticky keyboarded fucking MacBook to Apple and they don't give me a new one or repair this for free with AppleCare, I'm going to rip throats, dude. I'm going to become MacGruber and I'm going to get a turkey and rip 3 throats out of 3 necks because Apple, do what you're supposed to fucking do. You know? I hate that store. And I don't want to talk about it because I've talked about it so many times. This isn't even the first monster spill I've talked about in the podcast. That's how much I'm an idiot. That's how angry and embarrassed I was. Maybe that's why I was like, I'm 28. Maybe that's how that thought process started, because I did that for the 15th time in my life, and I was like, dude, you're 28. Learn something, you know? Anyway, that's the timer. I'll see you guys in a sec. What's up? I'm back. Yeah. So, don't drink Monster. I mean, I'm about to finish drinking one after I'm done with this podcast, so I can't really advocate. You know, do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm talking about? I finally understand what that means right now in this moment, telling you not to drink Monster. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't drink that much caffeine, bro. Do as I say, not as I do. I drink too much caffeine. You know how I know I drink too much caffeine? Because I do the thing that alcoholics do, where they're like, well, there's someone out there drinking more than me. Alcoholics will meet like really fucking bad alcoholics, and they're like, oh, well, I don't drink every morning, you know? I only have a wake-up beer and a few shots, and then I go to work, don't drink in the middle of the day, then I start drinking after work, and I drink until I go to sleep. But I know people who fucking drink 2 bottles of Jack every day. Okay, dude. You know somebody with a worse problem. Doesn't mean you don't have a problem. If you're missing 3 of your toes, but not your foot, you're still not doing great. My friend told me he has like 600 milligrams of, or 7, he said he had 600 to 700 milligrams of caffeine every day, and was telling me like, oh, the amount you have is fine. Because I at this point, I'm like 500 a day. He's like, the amount you do is fine. And I'm like, dude, it's not. Most people, I'm on the Discord talking to people. I'm gaming and talking to people, and they're like, hey, man, they'll be talking about, having a beer. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't want a beer right now. I'm drinking a coffee. And they're like, dude, it's 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't want to go to sleep. And then I have problems going to sleep at night. And I'm always like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Maybe it's because you drank 200 milligrams of caffeine at 9 o'clock at night. Maybe that's why at 3 in the morning you're having a tough time. I don't know. This is all shit I've talked about before on the podcast. 100-something episodes, man. What, gonna be repetitive. It's just me, dude. I said that like I couldn't get guests. I could get guests. I think I'm going to start getting more guests. But, I don't know. I have fun just spouting bullshit. Do you guys think that... Okay, I got two things I want to talk about. Okay, do you think that Hitler... Hitler or Wesley Snipes? Who do you want to start with? Let's start with Hitler. Do you think that Hitler... You think his mustache went out of style, or like no one tries to bring his mustache back because Hitler had it, and like a lot of people know Hitler as having that mustache? I understand other people had that mustache. I understand that was like at the height of fashion during that time, and that's why he had it. I understand that Charlie Chaplin also had the fucking mustache, but Hitler is known for it. It's they call it a Hitler mustache. They don't call it a Chaplin mustache, okay? I think Hitler usurped Chaplin's iconic role for that mustache. And I wonder, do you think that mustache is not ever worn today because Hitler is so deeply associated with it? Or is it just because that mustache fucking sucks? Is that mustache just garbage, or is it associated with the death of 6 million Jews? Which is it? Because I'm inclined to think it's just the mustache fucking sucks. Because Michael Jordan tried to bring it back. Michael Jordan, if anyone's going to bring back a mustache, it'd be Michael Jordan. No one said anything to him. They let him do the mustache. They were like, fuck it. It's fine. He can bring it back. It's Michael Jordan. He could do anything he fucking wants. He's the greatest of all time. What's he going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to say to him? Michael Jordan, sir, you can't do the impossible? He can. He lives an impossible life. Why would he not think that he could bring back that mustache? But guess what? Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player of all time, literally shattered records, literally has done the unthinkable in basketball. Even he could not do the impossible and bring back the Hitler mustache. Why? Because it sucks that fucking bad. I think the mustache just sucks, dude. I mean, there's still people out here trying to name their kids Adolf. There are people out here still rocking the patches. Now the people rocking even Nazis don't have fucking Hitler mustaches. It's a bad mustache. Even current Nazis are rarely rocking that fucking mustache. They rock the haircut. They get that Hitler haircut, dude. Even non-Nazis get that Hitler haircut. Dude, that's how you know. It's the mustache sucks. Because other Nazi shit, people have brought back as not Nazi shit. The Nazi haircut is like the typical haircut of a white man nowadays. It's fucking short on the sides, a lot on the top. I see fucking gay hipsters in Brooklyn rocking that shit. I see gay hipsters in Brooklyn saying, let's punch Nazis, rocking a Nazi cut. You don't see him with the little sliver across his lip. But people are out here naming people Adolf. I had a boss named Adolf. Now, was his name Adolf? Like, did he introduce himself as Adolf? Absolutely not. He introduced himself as George. But then when you got the job and you went to the office and you heard somebody went up to him and was like, yo, Adolf, about that thing, you very quickly became aware that his name was not, in fact, George. His name was 100%, and immediately you are annoyed. You feel a lot of things at once. You're annoyed that he told you his name was George. You're understanding because his name is Adolf. Like, you both feel bad for him and are angry at him, and also confused on why everyone doesn't just stick to George. You know? Which is also you can change your name. Why not just change it to George? Is it like a family name? Also, it's a family name. Are you a family of Nazis? And if you aren't, that's a brave family. If you aren't a Nazi and you name your kid Adolf, you're one of the bravest motherfuckers in existence, dude. You're a brave dude. You're either brave or dumb as shit. Could be a mixture of both. A lot of dumb people are brave. You know, they're called firemen. A lot of dumb people are brave, dude. They're called fucking firemen. No. I'm just kidding, dude. There's I know some firemen who are smart. I know some who are dumb as shit, but I know some who are smart. Not all firemen are dumb, dude. I would never say that. But some of them are. But I'm not saying all of them, but some of them for sure. Some of them definitely are brave and dumb as fuck. Some of their bravery is born from dumb as fuckness. But some of them are smart and also brave. I don't generalize, dude. Also, you know what? I'm saying, like, some firemen are brave as fuck and also dumb as fuck, but they're also good people. Right? Are you automatically a good person if you save people from fires? Because you might not be a good person in your life. You know? You might be a piece of shit in the way you carry out your social existence. But at the end of the day, you're ripping people out of burning buildings, risking your life doing it for no money. It's a voluntary service. You, to some degree, are going to heaven. Is that why people become firemen? Because they're deeply religious and they're like, listen, I'm not a good person, but this has to get me in there. Is that in the Bible somewhere? If you are a deep sinner, just become a fireman, and you saving people for no money at all, you know, it balances out the bullshit. It balances out the fact that you punched your wife in the eyes. Because firemen do that. No, they don't. I don't even know any firemen. I know zero firemen. I'm just making mass generalizations about people doing a nice thing. Okay? The most I know about firemen is the King of Staten Island. And Billy Batts was a great dude in that movie. So you know what? Firemen are good. I'm going to, from now on, assume all firemen are just like Bill Burr and that they're stand-up, beautiful men. They're beautiful stand-up men who should be with Marissa Tomei. That's what a fireman is to me. Marissa Tomei's a beautiful lady, huh? Dude, what was going on in fucking... She looks great in No Way Home. Wild stuff, dude. Beautiful lady. She's like 50-something, right? Age doesn't matter, dude. Age does not matter anymore, dude. If you're rich as fuck or an athlete... which is the same thing. I don't know why I even made a distinction between the two. If you're rich as fuck, you are probably an athlete. Or if you're rich as fuck, you're an actor or whatever. If you are rich, if you have access to money and time, you can be hot as fuck when you're 57. I guess you need good genetics too. Marissa Tomei is a beautiful lady. All right, I don't want to be gross, but she is. Come on. My Cousin Vinny, dude. One of the most attractive women of all time. All-time attractive women, Marissa Tomei. Crazy, dude. Maybe I'm being biased because she's a Guinea, dude, because she's Italian. No, I'm not, actually. Have I said this on this podcast? I often don't like Italian people. I'm a self-hating Ginzo, dude. I'm a self-hating Goomba. No, I don't often date or am attracted to Italian people. They turn me off. I don't know why. I like hanging out with them. I like talking to Italian people. I'm friends with Italian people. I love my family. But when it comes to having sex with one, it's not my thing usually. But Marissa Tomei, one of the most beautiful women of all time. Weird, huh? Weird as fuck. I don't think I've ever dated an Italian woman. And now somebody who I dated who's Italian is very upset. If they ever hear this. What? You didn't know I was Italian? I'm dumb, dude. I didn't know a girl who I dated for like 7 months had blue eyes. And my excuse was, I don't like blue eyes, dude. I probably liked you so much that I changed the color of your eyes in my brain. Because blue eyes freak me out, and you didn't freak me out. So in my head, you didn't have blue eyes. Because then I dated somebody else who I didn't like that much, and immediately I could see her blue eyes, her deep blue, awful fucking eyes. And I fell right into them and almost drowned, dude. I had to run away. Your eyes are blue like the ocean. Who wants to fuck the ocean, you know? I was in an acting class once, and this guy said that we had to do compliments for each other, and I always did the most simple fucking compliments. And by the way, simple compliments are good compliments, okay? Also, he would pair me up with people, and he'd be like, say something nice about their face. And you don't always think good things about someone's face. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not attracted to somebody. And if you're doing an acting exercise where the whole thing is say something that makes them think you find them attractive, I'm fucked. And they're fucked with me. Anyway, we're not going to fuck each other, but we're both fucked separately about not being attracted to one another and able to fulfill what this teacher wants in the moment. Also, it's one of those exercises where you look back and you're like, why was the teacher just trying to get us to fuck each other? That's a little weird, right? Why was the teacher trying to have us flirt in front of him? I understand it's an acting class, you got to get intimate, but at the same time, is it nefarious? Acting classes are fucked, dude. It must be so, I don't know. It must be hard to run an acting class right now because you have to get pretty messy in it and you don't know. And it's such a fine line between a teacher wanting you to be emotionally open and a teacher just being creepy and fucked. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so, how do you even know? It's hard to tell the difference between somebody who's like trying to get you to be a better actor and someone who's trying to have sex with you. It literally is almost impossible to decipher between the two. And that's why you should just not be an acting teacher. Just don't do it, dude. Maybe the fact that someone chooses to be an acting teacher in itself is an admission of guilt. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at being an acting teacher. I had to sub as an acting teacher one time. Went terribly. Students hated me. Students like fucking complained about me. And again, I think it was because I was trying to open them up. And I think that they thought I just fucking insulted them. I was trying to make them vulnerable. And I think they were like, you're just being mean, dude. You just said I was an angry person. I don't want to hear that. And I'm like, your monologue was about you being angry. I thought this was obvious. You did a monologue about you being angry. I asked what angers you. I thought it was out in the open, so I was like, well, I asked because you seem like an angry person. That was too much? I shouldn't be an acting teacher, dude. It's hard to do. You can't do it. Yeah, I was like thrown into that situation. I was supposed to teach a camera class, and then the acting professor was like, just do the acting part too. And I was like, dude, I took your acting class. I don't know how to fucking teach it, dude. Also, what am I going to do? Do the strategy you do? I don't know if you taught me right or wrong, dude. I don't know if you fucked me up. Maybe everything you did with me was bad. And I'm just going to repeat what you did. Anyway, don't be an acting teacher. And I was being mean, dude. I wasn't even... I was just being a little too rude. You know? So other teachers have a whole different method. Some teachers have the fucking James Franco method, dude. What was that guy doing, dude? What was he doing? What are you doing, dude? These actors. What are you guys fucking doing? Just be rich and have a lot of money and date women of age. Like, I don't get it. You have so much money and you're successful. You have an Oscar. Why are you teaching an acting class about sex? Isn't it already easy to fuck? It's so weird. That's how you know someone's fucked up in the brain. Or someone's got, something severe, something is wrong. Because why are you already have a good life. It's probably you're already James Franco. I'm sure it's easy to get a date. Why the power dynamic thing? I guess that's what he gets off on. Ew, dude. That's weird. There was a guy in my school who dated a student. A professor ended up dating a student. And as far as I know, they're just like dating now. I've had multiple things like that happen in my life. A teacher just starts dating a student. And then that's it. And then they get married. I guess if you're faithful, then everyone kind of shrugs their shoulder. So it happened in my hometown. My fucking gym teacher, I think it was. He started dating someone in high school. When she was in high school, he started talking. She was his student in high school. And then I guess she graduated. She became 18. They started dating, and now they're married. And that was his wife when I was in high school. Was his girl who he met in high school. Well, like, I don't know. Very Woody Allen-ish, huh? I don't know, man. Shit is uncomfortable. But none of that is what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about pedophilia or acting. I don't even know how I fucking got on this subject. I have no idea how I got here. I blacked out somewhere in the middle of this podcast, and I have no idea how I got here. I have no idea what led me to this conversation about acting classes and James Franco. Don't know what the fuck I was talking about in the beginning of this. Hitler. I started with Hitler, and I somehow ended up being like, dude, why did my gym teacher fuck a child? How did that happen, dude? People naming their kid Adolf. How did we get to fucking James Franco being a creep? How did we do this? What a fucking wild podcast, huh? We cover it all here. And now we're going to talk about Wesley Snipes. Fuck it. Dude, Wesley Snipes. How good does that feel when you aren't paying taxes? Because I was looking at taxes, and I was looking at how much money is taken from my taxes, and I was really just being like, fuck, dude, I wish I had that money. You know? I would have so much more money if I had all of my money. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was saying this to somebody, and I was like, dude, I think everyone would be so much happier if they could just keep all of the money that they make. And the person was like, yeah, but then you wouldn't have roads. And I was like, yeah, I didn't say it was feasible. I just said I think people would be happier. You know, we'd have to fend for ourselves in a lot of ways, but I think people, satisfaction-wise, would feel okay. It's so much of your money that's taken. It's so much of your money, dude. 30% of what you make is taken. It's just a lot. Can't it be 10%? Can't it be 5%? Can't it be 20%? 30, dude? That's so much. But Wesley Snipes, dude, he just straight up was like, I don't believe in it. I don't have to pay taxes. Taxes aren't real. I'm not going to pay them. And then he didn't for years. And it didn't end up well for him. It ended up really bad for him. And he had to fucking go to jail. And I don't know if he had to pay the money back or what, but I know he did jail time for not paying taxes. But imagine the ride up, dude. Imagine being a famous movie star and keeping all of that money for years. That must have been the time of his fucking life. And it wasn't like he was guilt-ridden. He genuinely did not believe in taxes. So he got to fully enjoy that ride. That must have been one of the most exhilarating experiences of any person's life. Imagine not giving a fuck about taxes, but for real. For real going, I don't believe in taxes. I don't have to pay them. And when people were like, no, you might go to jail for that. You go, no, I'm not going to. You're wrong. And you believe it fully. You think the other person is a cunt for saying it. Imagine. I mean, that's why he's probably so successful, dude. That's probably how he became such a successful actor. Just that blind arrogance. I mean, that is why he's a good actor. If you can believe that taxes don't exist, you can believe anything. You can get yourself to convincingly say anything on camera. Because you convinced your actual self to believe in a fantasy. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, so I might be making. I don't know how convinced he was of it. But I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This could be a rumor. Who knows? I'm gonna say it. I'm pretty sure that even during trial, like he was like arguing, like, no, I don't. Taxes are anti. Taxes are illegal. I could be wrong. I don't know if that's what actually happened, but I hope it did. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's what actually happened with Wesley Snipes. I don't know if he actually went to court and was like, no, taxes are illegal. And then everyone was like, no, taxes are the most legal. Taxes are the opposite of illegal. They're what you didn't do, and what you didn't do was illegal. You not doing the legal thing is illegal, and that's why you're here and going to jail. And he goes, no, I did the legal thing. You're illegal. And they're like, dude, did you just say you're illegal? And he goes, I'm not illegal. You're illegal. And they're like, dude, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Guard? Hey, guard? Yeah, put cuffs on him, because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I saw a dude with a skin tone mask on the other day. I thought his face was just fucking malformed. I keep walking by people and being like, oh my God, dude, was that person's face burnt off? And then I get close and I'm like, no, they're just wearing a skin tone mask. Why are people doing that, dude? You look like a fucking mannequin. You look like a blurred face. I don't like it. You look like Neo when Agent Smith seals up his mouth. Stop. Why are you doing that? Are you doing that solely to fuck with me? Are you doing that solely to make people on the street go, oh my God? I mean, it's an exhilarating feeling to be scared out of my mind and then realize, oh, you're fine, dude. I literally go from thinking that you've been, like, burned beyond comprehension, that you literally are like a non-person walking by me, like you're just like an amorphous blob of a face. Like, I feel such, like, sorrow for you. And then I get a couple inches from you and I go, oh, fuck off. I feel immense sorrow and pity for you, and then in an instant, I feel hatred and anger. And I want to fucking rip the thing off your face and go, hey, dude, I'd rather you get COVID than wear that fucking thing again. Stop. Why are you trying to look like a monster? That's what you do. You look like a monster. Not to call people, whose faces are burned monsters, but Gary Oldman was scary in Hannibal. You look like you've had your face eaten. How about that? That's what I'm saying. You look like you had your face eaten. Like Gary Oldman. That's terrifying looking. That fictional thing is terrifying, okay? Real people in real life with burnt faces, they're beautiful. They're not ugly at all. What am I saying? I'm just being so fucked up. I don't know. That sucks, dude. Being a burn victim, that just sucks so fucking much, dude. How unlucky do you have to be? I don't know. But you can be burnt in a way but still be attractive. I don't know. I think if you lose pieces of you, that's rough. That's a rough time. But if you're just burnt, like if you're just like burnt in a scarred way, I don't know, it could be cute. I've seen some beautiful women with burnt cheeks. That's all I'm saying. I've seen some beautiful women with half an ear. You know? You don't need your face fully intact to want someone to kiss your face. That's all I'm saying. Love goes beyond horrible injuries. And that's a thing that we should feel good about. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. That was the second timer. It's been an hour. Yeah. Anyway, this was a fun time as always. Thank you guys for listening. Yeah. I'm going to try and get some guests on. But also I'll be still just talking to the camera every week. But I might also do some bonus episodes where I have a guest or two. I think that might be fun. Might be a way of, changing this thing up a little bit. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for listening. If you did listen, if you listened through the whole thing, you're fucking out of your goddamn mind. But I love you so much, and I think you're dope. And I hope you have a good day and a good week. Yeah. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you don't make any sense. Jake, you're a piece of shit. A piece of shit.